Alright, we are back in action. Gonna be on the play this time. Oh, and our hand's so good! Wow, great hand. So what's great about this hand is we have a 2-drop that ramps us. And if our opponent kills our 2-drop, we still have something to do on turn 3 to continually hit our land drops. So, feeling pretty good. Ooh, well, this could be bad. Hopefully we have time to do stuff. It's entirely possible that if our opponent kills this Hedron Crawler, on turn 4, depending on what our land situation is like, we may end up grappling with the pass and getting our Hedron Crawler back. Oh no. And he's going to be able to take our grapple with the past. Brutal. That collective brutality was brutal. Well, that stinks. We could be in like a bad situation. We'll see. Got some land drops. And we are playing some stuff for our opponent to slog through, but we, I don't know what we're going to do next turn. We're definitely going to block. That's for sure. We're definitely not going to race with our Nissa. And, oh, well, that was good. I think I'm inclined to actually get the Nissa back with my grapple. So I'm just going to do it end of turn. Okay. It's probably bad for us. Oh, Ishkanah is actually kind of decent. We have 4 card types. If we take Ishkanah, we still are fine. So yeah, Ishkanah is going to be the best thing to help stabilize this board. Saved by the Grafwidow. So we'll see what our opponent can do here. So he has 1 card that I don't think this kills our Grafwidow. Deals 2 damage, right? Let's just... Oh, I see what happened. Well, that's annoying. He'll just block anyway. I'd like to take 0 damage, and I don't think these spiders are going to do a whole lot, so that was a good top deck. So if we could just hit 1 more land drop, we'll be in pretty good shape. Oh, and we actually have a Drownyard Temple in the graveyard. I didn't even see that. Well, that's good. So we are going to be able to play our World Breaker. And we are going to be able to kill one of these Bloodhall Priests at the cost of all of our stuff, but that's fine. Actually, we'll still get to keep a spider. So that's decent. Nice. Oh, and we got the Cinder Glade. God, we could have gone Atarka that turn. Okay, so opponent really doesn't have that many creatures. At least it didn't seem that way, but there's like a fair amount of vampires. I don't think this is a matchup where we need Emrakul. Like another Nissa is kind of good. think we still want to top out with the World Breakers and Atarkas. And I think the Fire Impulses aren't even that good. So there's a couple ways that we can actually go about this. So one issue is if we take out the World Breakers, our Kozilek's returns really don't do a whole lot. I wonder if we can actually just take out the World Breakers, have the Greenwardens of Murasa, and have basically all the other red removal. And these Gnarlwood Dryads. And that we have a lot of our card advantage elements. We've got Atarka and Roast to kill the 4/4s, Fire Impulses to kill everything else, Gnarlwood Dryad to block, and the Greenwarden of Murasa to get stuff back. This doesn't seem like our opponent's going that wide. I feel like those aren't quite impactful enough. So we're just going to have all of this stuff. Like the Green Wardens are a little out of place, but it's more fat to put on the ground is probably a good idea. So I'm going to roll with this and see how it goes. Might be wrong. So this hand's kind of awkward. If we draw a basic land, the hand gets really good. We do have the Kozilek's return, so that's like one of our better defensive elements. I think I'm going to keep it, considering we're on the draw. It's a good chance we hit an untapped land. This is a bit of a sketchy draw, though. Opponent doesn't have that many 1-drops. Oh, that's a good draw. So if we can hit an untapped land, this hand's actually like quite good. It's actually really annoying against our Kozilek's return. Ugh. Oh, that's good. I feel like if I play the Hedron Crawler, he's just gonna kill it for free. Although a lot of the vampires that you would want to play as a follow-up have madness. So maybe I'm better off just... No, I guess I do want him to play another creature. So... Yeah, I'll play the Crawler. There's some good arguments you can make for playing the Crawler or playing the Grapple with the Past. I think that even though I have this Kozilek's return in my hand, I would prefer him to... Oh, hello. That's a creature. So I expect some big things to happen on this upcoming turn. But I think I still just kind of want to ramp up my mana. Maybe get myself to a situation where if I draw another Kozilek's return, I can cast both and wipe everything, and that would be quite good. Oh man, that sucks. I certainly had to dodge like Transgress the Mind and Collective Brutality, so you know, hopes of that are relatively low. If I only get bashed for 5, though, that's kind of nice. That was actually a really good top deck. Guess I can fire off one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I take the Atarka, he has to kill my Hedron Crawler. I do have to worry about oops. Do have to worry about another Transgress of the Mind sniping that Atarka. But I did want to cast it in case it like changed my plan of what to do this turn. Sure. It's kind of a lot of power and toughness. So if I took this, it would be 13 damage and I would be dead. So I have to block. Considering my Sylvan Advocate is just going to be chump block. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 with the Drownyard Temple. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. It is a chump block. So now I feel like I need to put a Kozilek's Return in my graveyard and hit a World Breaker. Ishkanah might actually save me. I'll certainly get the Ishkanah. And so we can play the Atarka, but don't think we'll really live. So we could play the Nissa's Pilgrimage and the Ishkanah this turn. I think that's the better move. There's a Kozilek's Return in the graveyard. I'm pretty worried about just getting like burned out. So hopefully this can make it so he takes 0 damage this turn, and next turn we can play Dragonlord Atarka. The problem with playing a Dragonlord Atarka that turn is because of this Stromkirk Condemned, we would only be able to kill like the Olivia, and that's basically it. Which would mean that you know, there'd be a pretty good chance that our opponent could potentially kill us with a you know, NEP'd burn or whatever. This thing has trample. Man. This is rough. So we kill that, chump the other two. It's like not nearly as good as I would like it to be. You can also make a good argument for just trying to kill the Olivia, but I think I just want to get the trample creature out of here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't have enough to crack my Hedron Archive. Nice if I had a Drownyard Temple in the graveyard, but whatevs. Have one too many, but whatever. And we're just going to deal all the damage to Olivia. This Stromkirk Condemned is like kind of an enabler, but I think the Olivia is just the best creature on the board. Makes a lot of the damage coming at us have haste, which is not ideal. And hopefully this Dragonlord Atarka is just too big for our opponent to get through. If he has something like Ruinous Path, that could be bad. Lupin Prototype's kind of a funny addition to this deck. Alright, and for one turn our opponent has no attacks. Phew. Alright, so... Tap 2 mana, crack our Hedron Archive. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana left, but only 7 mana for another Atarka. I think cracking the Hedron Archive is better than cracking the Vessel. Kind of need to draw something decent though. Oh, and we drew nothing. Literally nothing. Another Atarka. Another Atarka does so little for us. I mean, I guess we take it. And now we say go and hope that we don't die. There's a good chance that we die though. This thing, as long as our opponent is hellbent, can shoot us for 2, knocking us to essentially 4. And that will kill us. Man. We keep barely losing. Alright, we're actually probably just dead on board. Alright, do I think that worked out? Collective Brutalities, and I mean, it's like so unlikely that this like World Breaker thing works out. And the front half of Kozilek's Return is like kind of bad. So I think we actually are better off with the other plan. What else did I not have? The trackers. Should probably be better off without the Hedron. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Alright, let's see if this works. We do get to be on the play, which is good. And this hand's pretty good. So that's nice. If you don't have a if we don't draw a land on our turn, we will have to crack Vessel of Nascency on turn 2 rather than playing our Sylvan Advocate. Does that change anything? I guess it does, because now we can traverse for a forest, play it, and then crack the Vessel. So yeah, I think I'll elect to play the Advocate. Give ourselves a chance to get lucky, and if we hit our land drop, we can just make the most impactful plays to the board. And there we go. Alright, well that's one way we got lucky. We get to put a little bit of back pressure on our opponent, which is kind of nice. And our opponent could, transgress the mind or cleft brutality our hand, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Here we are not going to attack, because our opponent could discard the 4/4 and play it. So we will dodge that. And here, I think rather than playing the Nissa's Pilgrimage, I'm actually going to crack the Vessel and then potentially Traverse. And I guess I want the other Vessel more than anything else. And then we can traverse for a forest. Actually, I guess a mountain. And play the forest that we have and cast the other Vessel. And we have no more mountains. But that way we can play Nissa's Pilgrimage with Spell Mastery. And that'll be kind of decent. And then hopefully we can play our Ishkanah with Delirium. This vampire deck is pretty cool. I think vampires might be... Oh wow, that's brutal. I think vampires might be a real archetype. At least semi-real. Maybe not like clear tier 1, but, tier 1.5. And our opponent isn't willing to trade. That's great for us. So... I think because we have Spell Mastery, the thing that we want to do is just cast this Pilgrimage, and then end of turn, cast Vessel. And I don't really think I want to trade the Sylvan Advocate yet. I guess he has a lot of pump effects for this Bloodhall Priest. So I think I'd be willing to trade the Advocate with the Bloodhall Priest. Bloodhall Priest is like pretty good. I mean, the one thing is that the Advocate is holding off essentially both of those creatures. But my opponent does have like Anthem effects. I can grapple to pass my Sylvan Advocate back. So there is that. And I don't think I want to trade my Nissa away, because it's about to flip. This game seems to be going pretty well for us. That early Sylvan Advocate did a lot of work in protecting our life total. He's only using one mode. Oh, there we go. It's a pretty good one. Yes, I would like to play a ginormous creature. And I'm pretty sure the best land to get is just the Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. And an 8/8 seems pretty tough for my opponent's deck to beat. I haven't seen any removal spells outside of Collective Brutality, so... And I have to manage out like Ruinous Paths and stuff like that, but... Gnarlwood Dryad's good. Ugh. Can I get out of here? Guess I can get my Nissa. Yeah, Nissa's pretty good. Nissa it is. And we have a lot of lands now. So if we minused, our opponent could potentially discard 2 cards to give both of his Dragoons flying and attack our Nissa. We would be able to block 1 with the Hydra, but he'd basically be trading on a Dragoon for our Nissa. And I don't think I want to make that trade. We do have another Grapple to pass, so we can just get it back, but I feel like it's pretty safe to just tick up. And this is... Alright, I was going to say it's probably one of our better win conditions. Looks like our opponent's just kind of flooding out. Didn't really get to do a whole lot that game, but, you know, I'll take the win. Anyway, on to the next one.